There we go. Hey everyone, welcome back to Toys. What is this? What show is this anyway? Saturday Morning Toy Tunes. It is the weekly live stream, usually weekly live stream on my channel, in which we gather around the modern day campfires of our iPhone screens, our computer monitors, and talk about things that happen in the week in geek. Also at the top of the hour, the top of the next hour that is, I will be live posing the figure du jour, the figure of the week. Still don't know how to say that in French, which is the Mandalorian and Grogu Deluxe version 6-scale figure by Hot Toys with the Swoop Bike. Finally getting them out of the box. I've pulled them out of the box, but I haven't actually opened them yet, so there's going to be a process involved today. Yeah, I look like I'm bundled up. That's because I was in a hurry. I literally got back in, had enough time to pour my coffee and get my donuts onto a plate and sit down and start the music and go live. So, how's everybody doing today? There's a door open back there, and I don't like it. There we go. Photographers are always worried about lighting. I happen to be a photographer, so therefore. So anyway, where were we? Yeah. Posing up a figure at the top of the hour, maybe sooner if we run out of things to talk about. And that might not be a terrible idea, because I think these are going to be kind of time consuming when it comes to posing them up, especially unpacking all the other good stuff. I love catching a glimpse of a comment when I'm in the middle of my monologue, and when it cracks me up and just totally ruins my train of thought. So this is going to be kind of a discombobulated live stream because I did not really give myself enough time to prepare. There are 3 clone troopers over here that had to be removed from a DTOF shelf to make room for last week's figures of the week, which were the the KX Enforcer droid from the Book of Boba Fett and the Death Watch Mandalorian. That wound up being a really, really cool setup. And I don't know how many people saw the photo in the Facebook page, but it actually fits in a DTOF the way that I set it up. I couldn't believe it. I did not imagine in my wildest dreams that that would happen, but it worked out pretty well. There's a photo of it over on the Facebook group, the Poser Posse Facebook group. If you haven't joined the Poser Posse Facebook group and you're on Facebook, reach out, ask to join, make sure you answer the questions, because I legitimately don't have patience for people who can't be bothered to answer those questions. They're really, really simple, and I just assume anybody who doesn't answer them is just a troll or just isn't really interested. So yeah, please answer the questions. We would love to see hear your voice on there, and to see photos of your collectibles, see what you are able to pose up. Feel free to ask anybody for advice or for feedback on your poses. That's kind of what it's there for. Just a nice little community for us to get together and show off our stuff and our mad posing skills. So that's all I got to say about that. No really new developments in the channel. I have actually followed up and released some pose rotation videos. As we all know, the pose that I strike here on the live stream, that's just a starting point. Throughout the course of the rest of the day or that weekend or even the following week, I'll take time to futz it and finesse it and make it look as good as it possibly can. The intention being that once it's done, I'll shoot a 360 turnaround in good quality lighting and post it up there for channel members. So if you are on that channel, channel members for this channel, but if you are subscribed to this channel and you're not a channel member, then think about doing so, because there are some pretty cool exclusive things available for channel members that are finally starting to see the light of day. I was working on a video this week of the Asajj Ventress Mythos statue, which I finally acquired. I screwed it up, so that may or may not see the light of day. I may decide to go back and reshoot the assembly portion of it, which is the part that I screwed up. Or I may just decide to run it without the assembly portion, which nobody really needs to see. Although it looked really, the way I had it in mind, it looked really cool. I was really looking forward to it. But I hit stop record when I thought I was hitting record. It's something that I do periodically. Yeah, I'm just not really careful. Anyway, moving right along. I'm gonna take a bite of a velvet cake donut here. Fresh. I like it. Okay. Fernando is asking how to spell the Facebook group, so let's go ahead and give him that. There we go. Yeah, look for that. There's There's a page, like a professional page that I made by accident that's not active. It's one you would just have to like. What you're looking for is the Poser Posse Facebook group where you have to ask to join, and then you'll have to answer 3 questions. I'll tell you what they are right now. It's what is your name? What is your quest? What is your favorite color lightsaber? It's just to filter out the trolls, y'all. I'm not trying to make it hard. That is some amazingly hot coffee. I may not get much done for the first 15 minutes of this stream because I might just be nursing this cup of coffee until the bitter end, like literally the bitter end. Oh, man. How do you all like your coffee in the morning? Do you prefer it with your morning breath? Or do you prefer to, like, sort of cure that morning breath with a little bit of red velvet cake donut before drinking coffee? You don't mind if I eat, do you? Sorry. Never pass up an opportunity to reference Lord of the Rings. Anyway. Let's move right along here. I want to say hi to everybody in the chats before we move along. Steve Nahra was first out of the gate. He is home today. Off work. Congratulations, Steve. So good to have you here and be more active than usual. That's really, really cool. Although it's astonishing to me how active you're able to be even when you're at work saying that you can't be active on the chats. Good job. Good job. Pierre P is from Florida is here. Hey, Pierre. How's it going, dude? Oh, working from home today. That's interesting. Okay, that's better. God, these are really good. So right at the high of Joe Allard replying to my comment on Toy Quest 101's page. That's cool. He's a cool cat. I should have him on the show. We haven't had a chance to catch up in better part of a decade. I'm not even sure if I've bumped into him at Comic-Con in the last decade. Yeah. Us long hairs got to stick together and catch up. But it would be kind of fun. We both worked on that Star Wars Mythos stuff. He handled the design work and the overall creative process of it. I handled the story, the backstories for all the characters. So that was my 15 seconds of Star Wars fame, because I was so excited because Lucasfilm has to approve this. I was so young and naive. And by young, I do mean like 37, something like that. Anyway, moving along. Keith Lee is third. Morning, peeps. Hope everyone had a good week. Anybody score anything good this past week? I picked up a pre-owned Mark 50. Congratulations. That's really cool. You know, Mark 50 is definitely in my top 5 favorite armors. For a while, it was my favorite, period. I'm pumping the brakes on purchasing for a little while. Holiday giveaway coming up at Sideshow. So I'm going to see what I score there before I buy anything else. Plus, my financial situation is all new and different now. It's my finances have been reduced. So I need to know, and I've got a new car, and I've got medical bills mounting up. And so I need to figure out where I stand right now before I do anything silly like purchase expensive toys. So I won't be buying anything until at least January, and maybe even further out. I'm not sure. I pre-ordered the MDLX Sideswipe from 3.0, but haven't had anything new arrive in a while. I wish that I'd had time to prepare for this stream, because it would have been really awesome. Actually, I forgot that I don't need to do it that way with StreamYard. So I can legitimately go to Sideshow and let's see. God, these new videos, these new short form videos that they're doing on the page are really just throwing me for a loop. Let's look up Ahsoka, because there was a new Ahsoka figure that dropped. Isn't that cool? The Ahsoka the White figure, the much anticipated by me Ahsoka the White figure, has made its appearance on Sideshow's website. So let's go ahead and again, one of these days, I hope to be good enough at this that I can do it and talk to you all at the same time. There we go. So yeah, here we go. Here we have it. The Ahsoka the White, I want to make sure that this is the way I want it to be, and that is fine. I'm going to drop your comment, Steve, so everybody can see the page a little bit better. And yeah, look at this figure. I'm going to pop up the photos here. There we go. That's better. Look at that. I mean, seriously, in keeping with the current trend in sideshows photography combined with their excellent quality portraits and painting, that image right here just looks so much like a real person. It's crazy. It's crazy how good it looks. Look at that. I am haunted by the quality here. This is going to keep me up at night until it's in my hot little hands. Seriously. Now, I had to call out somebody for calling out this portrait. And do they have a close-up of this portrait? I don't see it in there, but we may get to it eventually. I can't go with that. The idea that you're gonna hit on the portrait showing teeth and make fun of it, this is my thoughts on that. Let me just go ahead and bring myself back up. This is my thoughts on that. When you make a decision to go online in the comment section of something that clearly somebody's enthusiastic about, think about what you're saying. Think about what you post. You have the opportunity to check it. It's not something that just spills out of your mouth. You have to hit that send button or hit return in order to post the comment. But consider the negative impact it's going to have on the enthusiastic people who are tuning into that post. Consider the potential negative impact it will have on the people who created that figure, that portrait in this case, who painted it, who put in all those hours to do the best that they could to bring the best figure that they could to the table. And your response is to, do I get a 6-scale toothbrush? Yeah, I know, I'm being very specific, and I feel like the person that I'm being very specific about, even though I'm not going to name them, I feel like they're tough enough that they can deal with it. And feel free to sound off and rebut. But just because you have the right to say whatever you think doesn't necessarily mean that you should. So think about it. I mean, because you may have the right to say whatever you think about something and to voice your opinion in whatever way you desire. And you should. But how you say it is just as important as what you're saying. And depending on how you say it, just as much as you have the right to say it, we have the right to think that you're an asshole for saying it. And we probably will. So keep that in mind. But anyway, that's my soapbox for the day. Let's go ahead and go back to this because, again, pretty stoked. I'm going to go picture in picture because I can. I'm still really excited about StreamYard. I just had to pay my monthly fee for StreamYard, and I was just like, oh, I'm so grateful for my channel members for making that possible because it's so much more fun this way. Look at her. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but damn. Some of these poses, I don't know what's up, but my guess is that we're dealing with a prototype. So dealing with prototypes and posing with prototypes, trust me, can be very, very challenging. But yeah, look at that. I mean, come on. That looks like a goddamn promo shot. Now, this figure will have USB lightsabers. Now, again, as we noticed recently, it doesn't make any difference in the overall illumination of the sabers themselves. They're still using the same lights, the same power source, all that good stuff. Well, not the power source, but the same power source within the sabers, to light them up. So they're no brighter, but you can leave them on for a very long time. Oh, wow. Literally the closest thing that I'm gonna have to having her actually in my house. And I'll have to deal with that. God, look how good it looks. And there we got another look at the Sabine Wren figure. I like that look for Sabine. Genuinely do. Hot Toys, man, at a time when I need to be reducing my purchases, they're really hitting me hard with this. Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's what she looks like when she's got that rage face. I challenge you to go back and hold that portrait up to a still of her making that rage face. And it will look like that. And just seriously, admire the quality of those teeth. Look at that. That is some very, very fine dental work. In fact, I think the only call you might be able to make is that it's entirely possible that her teeth don't actually look that good in real life. Now, here's something I wanted to bring up. This is something that I noticed immediately and was like, whoa! And I had to go back and look because I never really done a comparison between Ahsoka's appearance in the Book of Boba Fett and Ahsoka's appearance in her own show. And they've really modified her mantrals and Leku, haven't they? That's a completely different, they're much longer now. They're more prominent, as they should be, because as we know with Togruta, their mantrals grow longer as they get older. And these were quite a bit shorter than they appeared at the end of the Clone Wars. This is much more in line with how she looked in the Clone Wars, so I'm content with that. I'm really interested to see what this means. The all-new joint designs. And of course, here's everything she comes with. You can see there the 2 pairs of sabers, one with cables, one without. Several swap-out hands. I'm really digging the look on this base. Yeah, that's relatively unique. I can't think of any other base that looks like that off the top of my head. Feel free to comment in the chats and tell me if I'm wrong. But anyway, so there's that. I went off on a serious tangent with that. Just had to make myself big to make you guys watch me eat a donut. Okay, where was I? Good God, that frosting is choice. I'm so lucky to live close to the donut shop that I do. It's a really popular donut shop in St. Louis. Super random question from Steve Nahra. Anyone remember the black wreath from Hallmark that connects to Star Wars ornaments? I do not. Send me a link to that. I'm not going to try to swipe it out from under you, but anyway, Bitter Troll is here. How's it going, dude? How's Tennessee? You're in Tennessee, right? Pretty sure it's Tennessee. Laura Quiles is here. I believe you're in Kansas. So the Midwest and South are strongly represented today. Bad Wolf Media from the cold white north of Quincy, Illinois. I keep saying it, but go ahead and check out his Instagram, Bad Wolf Quincy, because it's got some great concert photos and other photos as well. Let's see. 14 Wellington is here. We shared a laugh a little bit earlier this week. Oh, that was quick. Thanks, Steve. I'll check that out later. Thank you, sir. I had to sit through a lengthy battle of medical experts testifying in a murder trial this week. That does count as good. That counts as really good. I never got to cover anything quite so exciting. Got some Amazon gift cards, so decided to spend it on a new hot toy. Got the First Order Snow Trooper coming to me. That's a good choice. Of all the First Order troops, I think that is the strongest. I have 2 sets of the 2-pack. I'm probably going to sell one, now that I think on it. John Galgano is here. What's up, dude? Star Wars fans representing in the chats today. Oh, this is continuing on. It was interesting from a science mind, but from a human mind, not so much. They got a guilty verdict, though, so win for justice. Yay. Go justice. Let's hope that stays strong. Lots of stuff happening in courts these days. AJ Agrusa is here, and he brought his beard, as always. Hope everyone is having an awesome day. I'm having a pretty awesome day. Got off to a rough start. Wasn't really feeling well this morning. My throat issues still linger from that case of bronchitis that I had last week. So I don't know how my voice is going to do. Maybe I should spend less time talking and more time posing. By the way, can we do polls in the StreamYard? I kind of miss polls. Commander Green's in the house. Harold continues to crank out excellent content on his Instagram account of the same name. He also reposts it in the Poser Posse Facebook group frequently. I'm not sure if he does it always, but I'm assuming so. Like any six-skill photographer, he wants to get his stuff out there. Oh, on that note, I had a meeting this week, Wednesday, with the head of the gallery, the gallery whose name I can't pronounce at Webster University. And it's a lock. It's a lock. I have a show. I have a gallery show on in fall of 2025. I will be opening the season. Webster University's gallery season that fall. 30 or 40 images will be on display. We're not sure because the theme for that season is going to be collaborations. So they're going to have me doing a collaborative show with an animator, some hotshot animator who I haven't even gotten her name yet. I just know that there's a hotshot animator who's going to be exhibiting with me, and it'll be interesting to see how that works out. I'm also trying to think of a way that I can legitimately collaborate with her, because one of the things that I want to do is to create an animation based on Anakin's appearance in that episode of Ahsoka, where he's marching into battle with the clones, and he just for a brief moment flashes into Vader's form, and then goes back to being Anakin. So I'm trying to think of a way that we can, and I think I've got it figured out. I've got it loosely figured out. There's going to be some minutia that have to be contended with, but I think I've got it figured out the way that we can do this and actually have that work out. I'm losing points for articulation today. Different kind of articulation, not the usual kind of articulation that I'm dealing with. So that's going to be fun, right? That should be really cool. Who else am I missing here? 14. Farès is here. Hey, Farès, what's up? How's it going over there, man? Renz Tolentino? You're in the Philippines? Is that right? Dude, what you guys may not know, you're looking at this painting of Loki here, this image of Loki on Renz Tolentino's, his icon. And he did that. That's his work. And it's pretty freaking choice. What I'm correct me if I'm wrong, Renz. Colored pencils, right? Just a couple of different varieties of colored pencils, maybe markers. I'm not sure. You made some mention of it, but man, check out his Instagram because that shit is tight. Best Car Kid is here. He brought his thighs. Definitely the way, my friend. What am I missing? I did watch The Creator. It was good. It was really, really good. I was distracted while I was watching it. But yeah, I got through it in a couple of stages, and I liked it a lot. I'm looking forward to going back and watching it again with a clearer head and with less distraction. Hi, John. Welcome. That's our battle cry, my friend. Sorry, man. I don't associate you with trolls like that. Oh, thanks, Laura. Thanks. That was actually my least favorite of the bunch. I'm not happy with the lighting on that. I'm going to go back to the lighting scenario that I had with, say, Superman and Batman. I was much, much happier with that. In fact, I'm going to try to find a way to bring that into first look vids. We'll see. I might be limited by my technology, but we'll see. Indeed. Indeed. Yeah, do it, man. I'll look for you. That's okay, man. We won't hold it against you, Steven. Bravo. Good job. I'm proud of you. That is so weird. I don't even know how you're still alive. It's so weird. I had my first cup of coffee when I was 5. My parents didn't know about it. I was at the neighbor kid's house. He lived with his grandparents. And they fixed me a cup of, I think it was Sanka. And I had it with so much sugar. So much sugar. Hey, that's my line. That's my line. Which I stole from DeAntword, who probably stole it from somebody else. I don't know. Can you hear it? Can you hear me biting in? That's hilarious. Marlon Braswell's here. What's up, dude? Nice, okay. I love those. I forgot all about those. I haven't had them in decades. I'm usually smarter about what I eat. Oh, yeah? Okay. Pendazole? Pendazole. The way I say it's probably wrong because it sounds like a over-the-counter medication of some sort. It's kind of a glorious day, dude. It's kind of a glorious day. The Falcon the spaceship. What do they call it? The SpaceX Starship? I think it's Starship. Launched today. Or more to the point, failed to launch. Well, it launched. And they got through the point that they wanted to get through, which was the separation of the spaceship, the Starship, from the first stage rocket. But immediately after that, the first stage turned around and was on its way back down and just blew up. And then a few minutes later, as it got into the atmosphere and got ready to start hitting the brakes, that the starship itself blew up too. So they achieved their goals, but it was kind of, you know, yeah, would have been better had it not blown up. Rammstein fan. I like my coffee black with cinnamon sticks or ground cinnamon. That's an interesting way to take it. You ready for this? This is gonna freak you guys out. Seriously, I can't believe I'm about to put this in my body. Seriously. Cherry cheese tart. That's going to get stuck in my beard. Other people are aware of this. Good. My world just grew today. Thank you, Renz. Thank you for that. You're a riot, bro. You're such a riot. Yeah, I did too. Big shot. Big shot. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, dude, yeah, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. That's the portrait on that thing is amazing. I'm kind of curious that they went with such a white portrait when he looks so almost cream colored on screen. But as I frequently argue, that's probably what we're seeing there in the figure is probably accurate because they have access to the source materials that we don't. And when we see stuff on screen, it goes through all kinds of processes in post to realize their vision. So, yeah. Is this how far behind I am? I'm really far behind. Wow, that's awesome. Linda's here. Hey, Linda. Matthew Weekly's here. That sideshow cannot be released. That side swipe cannot be released soon enough. I don't know what that is. Oh, you're talking about the side swipe figure? Yeah, that's pretty cool. I get that. Liza Sella's here. Hello, Liza. How cold is it there? It's like in the 30s here. Club 6 scale is in full effect, everyone. Oh, dude, this, yeah, I think I told you that I ordered the Vamp. Yeah, it's a big favorite of mine. I should try to find the Ram, because that was actually the first figure that I got. I got the Ram with Rock and Roll, and then of course I got the Vamp with Clutch. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm right there with you. I was just laying in bed this morning, looking around, thinking, ugh, where am I gonna put this Mando and Swoop Bike? I don't have a place for it. I may have to wrap this up, finish the post, shoot the turnaround, and put it back in the box and take it down to the basement because I'm out of space. I'm straight up out of space, legitimately. When wasn't it though, right? I mean, and all we can do is, I mean, I already resent calling people out for that because they don't respond well to it by and large. They're going to continue to do what they do because they don't see anything wrong with it. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it in the first place. And I think the best response to that kind of behavior, the more rampant examples of it, is don't engage with it, ignore it, and shun those who practice it. Shun them. When I say don't engage, I mean don't engage. I mean, if you know somebody personally who does that, let them know why you're doing it, and then just, I'm sorry, man. I don't know who you are. I don't get it. And I'm talking about more egregious examples. I'm not talking about somebody who just makes a random comment about a toy. But, you know, the people that are really, really dragging things to the muck. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's true, and I don't get that. and I've said it here on the channel before. I think that a lot of the people who strike out at the looks of portraits or a figure or something like that, I really do feel like they aren't capable of viewing things on a sliding scale. They've got that whole pass fail mentality. Remember how popular pass and fail were as comments in 6 scale social circles for years there. Pass fail, and it's not like that. It's not like that. I mean, I don't know if it's because I've been in the 6 scale game for so long, and there are people who've been in it way longer than I am, so they may be able to agree with me as well. But the way that 6 scale figures have evolved, the art as an art form over the course of the past couple decades since I've been following it, is amazing to me. You take and I hate to use this word, but you take the worst Hot Toys figure up for pre-order right now and compare it to the best Hot Toys figure from a decade ago, and it doesn't even compare. So, I mean, you can either choose to accentuate the bad, and that's the thing that gets me, is that all these guys who are doing this, they don't bother to say one good thing about the figure. They don't take the time to say, I like this, and this about this figure, but I just kind of wish they would have done a little bit more here. That's exactly what I mean when I say it's not what you say so much as how you say it. So, think about that. Think about think about who's watching, who's listening. And, these jackasses who I'm thinking about these trolls who are like trolling the Marvels, and how they're just like, we did this, we brought the Marvels down. There are actual comments out there in the webosphere of people actually saying that, taking credit for the poor box office performance. And even if it's true, why would you want to be responsible for that? Do you know how many people were involved in the making of that film? Just watch the end credits. People like that probably don't watch the end credits. Or at least they don't read them. They just stick around for the mid-credit scene and the end credit scene. But you got to think about that kind of stuff, man. And think about everybody who's involved in the making of that film. And when you're actively participating with a group of people to try to bring down like the entirety of the MCU just because you don't like that there are some women showing up in a film of their own. Do you know what? Let's just assume that was effective and that worked. It's not going to, or it would have stopped after She-Hulk. It's not going to. But imagine if it had. Do you know how many people your actions would put out of work? Is that what you want? Rather than just not watch the thing that you don't like? That's your goal. Okay. This is why I shun you. Anyway. I'll accept that. But only because I've never seen you angry poop. So maybe that's what you look like when you angry poop. I can't recall ever angry pooping. I'd like to think I wouldn't look like that. I definitely wouldn't look that pretty. And my teeth wouldn't be that great. I am in a feisty mood this morning. I fully expect that after rewatches, people who aren't tuning into it right now, after they go back and watch this, I fully expect this will be one of those videos that this did not have a 100% like to dislike ratio. Which, cool. I welcome the engagement. Thank you. I'm having trouble translating this. Double standard these days, those who are easily offended have no issue in offending. Yet somehow only one is okay. Again, I think it's not so much what you say, but how you say it. It's possible to critique something without coming off like an asshole, or without being a jerk to, or without insulting the people who did it. It just takes a little more effort. Less knee-jerk commentary and more actual thought and consideration. Emphasis on consideration, the root word of it, which is considerate. Oh, dude. What if that's it? What if that's it? Oh, I think I'm dying. We're all dying in that, what? How did they put it? Sylvia Plath way. Again, never pass up an opportunity to quote Fight Club. I got to reread that novel. Yeah, I'm with you. And it's, you know, it's not like, the cool thing about these facial portraits, swap out facial portraits, as opposed to a full head, is they don't cost so much. So they don't have to jack up the cost of the figure so much to give us two. So I like that they're implementing this when they can. And obviously the structure and design of Ahsoka's head and her whatever you call that thing that goes around her face, that's right there. That walks hand in hand with the ability to do that very thing. Oh, let me see. Let's bring that back up. Oh, again, new to this whole thing. Let's see. I am seeing no evidence of double jointed elbows. However, the fact that this is a Physician-like body with the metal endoskeleton over the soft tissue makes me think that it could be anyway. I'm trying to remember. Bear with me. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, yeah, probably. Probably. It's they're double jointed. Or the approximation to double jointed that one would use to describe whatever that's the version of that would be in a Physician body. I've never actually played with a silicone free Physician body before. Sound off if you have. But yeah, there's no evidence in the photos to suggest that they're able to bend past 90. And again, as I've said multiple times, that's never been a deal breaker for me. But the only thing that would prohibit you from doing is to actually have this kind of a thing going on with somebody's gun on a shoulder. That would be the biggest call out for me. The biggest thing that I would miss being able to do with a 90-degree bend to an elbow. You can do so many great things, as evidenced by this slew of photographs. Look at all of them. That's a lot of options. So yeah, they'll get no pushback from me on that. Wow, man, I'm way behind in the comments. Yeah. Dudes. That's in my top five favorite things of all times. Chris Colvin is here. What's up, dude? How's your droids? What are you working on now? You still working on KT or QT or Katie? I think it's Katie, right? I think you're working on Katie. R2KT. For those of you who don't know, follow Chris Colvin. I think it's Colvin Creations on Instagram. But dude is a droid maker extraordinaire. Thanks, bro. Yeah, as soon as I know, I'll let you guys know. I told them I told the gallery director that there would be some people coming in from out of town. I wasn't including you guys in that though. But if you want to show up, it'll be fun. I know that Keith wants to do something before the show and possibly after the show. So a pre-show, post-show, after party. There will be an opening on the Friday that the actual gallery begins its exhibit, and I'm expected to give a talk, so that'll be fun. I'll see if I can get somebody to record it. So for those of you who can't make it, you can watch it here or on the Facebook page. They are going to be 20 by 30, which is pretty large. I didn't think that it was that large until I realized that most of my posters here, like my Predator poster over here, this is 24 by 36. So you're losing 4 inches here, and you're losing 6 inches here. That's pretty awesome. And what's more awesome is they are so well equipped there. I don't have to do anything except edit the files and send them the files. They will print them and they will frame them and they will hang them. I just have to show up and talk about it. It's really, really a good setup. I mean, it's very, very slick. I'm genuinely impressed. I've been to a couple gallery openings there. One for a teacher, I'm a former professor there who I'm really fond of, and one for a former fellow student there who I'm not. Just wanted to see how she was doing. Actually, it's not that I wasn't fond of her, it's that she wasn't fond of me. I was kind of neutral about her, but whatever. Yeah, I am feisty today, aren't I, Keith? I had a rough day in the office yesterday. Past couple days have been very, very hard. Yeah, issues. I can't talk about it, obviously, but it was very, very, very hard, very, very challenging, and I felt the pressure. 6 Scale Mafia is here. Nice rainy Saturday morning, sitting around inside having a couple of... Oh, it's still raining out there? Man, you guys are going to get swept away. He's in California, everybody. My God, we're just now up to the part where I was singing the praises of Renz Tolentino. I am so far behind, and I'm so sorry, guys. But it can't always be about... Oh, Amber's here. Hey, Amber. You doing okay? Get anything large and impressive lately? It seems to be your criteria. Every time I see you post about something you've gotten, I'm just like, wow, I would never be able to find room for that. But, nah. Yeah. Like, I really want to get that Lego Collector Series, Ultimate Collector Series. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Ultimate Collector Series. Who am I thanking? Am I thanking the other person in my brain for reminding me? Ultimate Collector Series. Venator Class Star Destroyer. Really, really want that. But it's so massive. I posted a video in the Poser Posse of somebody who just assembled it at his and carrying it upstairs into his man cave. And it's huge. It's just like... It's a coffee table piece. Massive. I want it so much, but I'll never be able to get it. Especially now. I'm scanning through here. I'm trying to see... Hey, Eric Draven is here. Argentina. All right. I've got some friends down there. I keep threatening to come down and visit them, but I never do. I'm sure I'll get around to it at some point. Let's hope. Let's hope. Those friends are the likes of Emilcar Fong and... Oh, shit. Live stream pressure. Makes me forget names. Martin Canal. Is the other friend that I have down there. So, yeah. It would be kind of nice to go down there and visit their shops and see what they've been up to. It is Starship. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of recovering. Yeah, it's a slow process. Fortunately, the real side effect is having bronchitis forced me to give up smoking. So that's a thing of the past. That's good. And there's a therapy that I'm undergoing for my concussion symptoms starting sometime next week or two that requires me to not drink alcohol and not drink caffeine. Hold on. I'm just freezing that for the eventual emoji. Oh, how did I not know that? Okay. The first girl I ever loved was half Filipino. Her dad was an ex-Marine who was stationed there, and that's where he met her mom. Chris Jones. I was in love with her in the 7th grade, man. Yeah. Yeah. That's, we were young and didn't know. Yeah, she liked me too, but we were just both really shy, and nothing ever came out of it. And then I went to another school, and she married Louis Moore. See? Thank you. This is what friends are for, everybody. Oh, my voice is already starting to go. That's too bad. Right on. Yeah, this is how science works. It was unmanned. They knew there was a likelihood that this would happen, so whatever. Almost snorty. Oh, no doubt, and I don't think that that was unintentional, man. Yeah. What's this? Oh, good. My payment went through on my Discover card. Gotta pay for those 6-scale figures. Something to be said for cash back. That's... No. Yeah, I think this is a problem that everybody has eventually. It's only a matter... If you haven't had it yet, it's only a matter of time. Yeah, right? Yeah, you know, you don't have to look at that. You don't have to look at that. And there was a time where I would delete that stuff. And if it's in like a particularly nasty or foul comment, then I'll still delete it. But if it's just somebody... my favorite tactic these days is to let these people show who they are. There's a guy named Larry Feinstein who I used to ride bicycles with. 68-year-old retired dude out in California. And I would just get pissed at people who would like yell shit at me when I was on my bike, riding bikes, driving by in a car, get on the fucking sidewalk, they'd say. And I'd just get pissed about stuff like that. Another guy cut me off and I hammered it. I used to be pretty fast on a bicycle. And I chased this guy down. He's in a pickup truck driving parallel to PCH. And I chased him down on my bicycle. And Larry was faster than me. So he caught up and was just like, don't. It says more about him than it does about you. And those were strong, those are powerful words. Those are powerful words. And it took me a long time to figure out what it meant. But I'm glad it did. I'm glad he said it, and I'm glad I finally figured it out. Yes, please smash the like button if you haven't already. Last week, what was I going to do if I got to 100 likes? It wasn't eat a donut. Oh! I was going to eat a ghost pepper. Yeah. And I'm still willing to do that. If we hit 100 likes today, live, I'll eat a ghost pepper for you all. Luis is here. Hey, man. Good to see you. She-Hulk was very awesome. It is right up there. I have 2 shows that I watch for therapy. One is Ted Lasso, and the other is She-Hulk. If I'm feeling down and just need to pick me up, I'll toss a coin and watch one of those 2 shows. Doesn't matter to me which one, because they're equally fun. Again, I will just say the fact that they were able to predict almost to the letter exactly what the trolls were going to say about the show in reference to She-Hulk as a character is just brilliance. And it's brilliant writing because it helps to break that fourth wall in a totally unique way. So meta, right? Good God, I'm so far behind. Tommy Gay's in the house. Hey, Tommy. Almost choked on a little piece of donut. Did choke. I'm going to be watching The Marvels this afternoon with my wife and friend from work. She binge watched Ms. Marvel this past weekend and said, I'm ready now. It's fun. It is a lot of fun. I can't remember if I said this last week. I feel like some of the dialogue could have been better developed between Carol and Lieutenant Trouble. It felt rushed to me. But I feel like that was almost mandated from a higher level, from a corporate level, that they pushed through that. And so it was probably an unenviable position to be in when it came to developing that relationship. It needed more time. And I would have watched that extra half hour in order to see it develop. So if Disney's listening, yeah. But it did not take away from my enjoyment of the film. It was a lot of fun, and I gleefully heard all the great stuff there that was legitimately, I don't want to say it was targeting trolls, but it was put into the film despite the trolls. A planet where people talk in music. I'm all for that. Right? Yeah, he gets it. Ooh. Oh, is that what they're saying? I always thought they said the empty can rattles and rolls. Oh well. I think you're missing. I think you're not hearing me right. Again, it's not the opinion. It's what they do with that opinion. If you take that opinion and then you use it to insult or to antagonize, then yeah, that's a problem. It's a genuine problem, and I will have a problem with that, and I'll call you out for it. There are a lot of things that I don't like. I don't like football. I think it's ridiculous. I do. I can't stand the sport. You'll never see me commenting on anybody's football post or football video. I won't seek that out. I don't care. I go on to the things that I am excited about, and that's what I choose to talk about. But yeah, it's like, I'm trying to think of a good comparison here for it. It goes back to that whole notion of tolerating intolerance when it comes to racism and such. I mean, I'm not trying to compare the conversations about toys to racism, but the same philosophy can hold true. Yeah, I can call somebody out for being inconsiderate. And does that make me inconsiderate? Hey man, that was kind of dickish. No, that's you can't compare the two. You can't compare the two. And you cannot compare somebody jumping onto a page, onto a post, and gushing about how enamored they are with the new Ahsoka Tano figure, with someone jumping on a page and of all the great things that could be said about that figure, the first thing that they can think of to do is bash the exclusive, the alternate portrait. All I'm saying is do better. Consider, don't just go with that knee-jerk response. Put some thought into it. Put some consideration into it. Because if you don't, then yeah, I'm going to be inconsiderate. Yeah, I'll call you on it. I've had enough of dickheads in pop culture. Period. So if I've got to use the weapon of my enemy in order to call him out on occasion, count on it. Because I'm done. I don't allow it on my page. There's like a 3-strike rule. It's not written, but there's a 3-strike rule on that page. If people just can't figure it out through the conversations that I'm having here or whatever, then I don't know what to tell them. But it is my page. I created it for everybody to interact and everything, but I'm not going to put up with that trollish shit. I'm not. How do I get that comment off? Anybody else that I'm missing here? Is it 10 o'clock yet? 5 minutes till. Looks like I'm going to leave a lot of comments untouched. Oh, that definitely. That's like the big three, right, Tommy? We haven't seen any indication of Hu Yang. We haven't seen any indication of Balin, and we haven't seen any indication of Shin Hati, right? Have they appeared? Have they popped up in any of the backgrounds of the photos? I don't think that they have. Oh wow! Congratulations, man! Awesome. Wait, weren't you a member already? I don't know. Sometimes I get all you guys confused. It's my age. Oh, that's a thing? That's a thing that can happen. Okay, there it is. I knew you were a member. Okay. Thank you. Welcome back. Balin would be awesome. I'm all in for Balin. Yeah, 27 by 40 is theater size. Yeah, and I don't like how the older ones were always folded, right? I'd almost rather have a reprint if I'm going to hang it up. I don't care about the bragging rights part of owning an original. That doesn't bother me. I just want it to be perfect. Yeah. I can't talk about that. Yeah, that might get me in trouble. So never mind. Yeah, it's so big. So big. Scott, my friend Scott was going to buy it just so we could put it together on YouTube. What's up, dude? I know, man. I know. It's needed to happen, though. I'm not getting any younger. Ah. Oh, oh, the sideshow one. Yeah, isn't that waitlisted now? Let's see. It must be waitlisted because it's not popping up on the Ahsoka search. No. Yeah, I never got my hands on that one, man. So I'd have to look at, say, Guy's first look video. But assuming that it's just your standard garden variety plastic hand, plastic wrist peg, sort of a deal, which I'm not sure that it is because I think it's silicone arms, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at it. I'd have to actually get one in hand before I can make any comment. Because I mean, if you want to, and you want to send me a photo of the setup, of just like have the hand and the arm with the wrist peg exposed, and the keyhole exposed, do that for me. Send me a photo of all that and let me look at it. Maybe I could offer some suggestions. And it'll probably be something like lo-fi, like, hey, here's a hairdryer. Soften that plastic with that hairdryer. It'll probably just be something like that. That usually does the trick, but without actually seeing it or having it in hand, it's hard for me to say. Yeah, I'm kind of taking it slow. I'm building up to it. I always said that when I quit drinking, the last thing I was going to have was Schlafly Pumpkin Ale. And we are at the tail end of Schlafly Pumpkin Ale season, so I was able to score one last six-pack of it. And yeah, just kind of tapering off. It's fine. I haven't been enjoying it anyway. Ghost peppers. Can't I do more posing videos on my channel? Here's the thing. Yeah. And I keep meaning to. But I spend now 40 hours a week shooting videos of 6-scale figures for work. Guess what I don't want to do when I clock out? So, especially after a day like I had yesterday. This live stream almost didn't happen. Obviously, my mood and my manner right here in this live stream is probably indicative of that too. I almost did not do this live stream because I knew I was in a mood and wasn't in the mood to put up with anything really. The hope is that I will, and the intent when I actually started the Facebook group and the channel membership was that I would do something like that every week. But that was back when I was only doing part-time work, and even then I didn't want to take the time. So I'm gonna have to figure something out there, and it might just boil down to showing a little bit of executive function, which is something that people neurodivergents like me struggle with. So, yeah. Is that right? She wanted the movie to come in under 2 hours. That's interesting. That's interesting. Huh. Oh, wow. Thank you. 6 Scale Mafia with a $5 super chat. Finally picked up the dude from the Big Lebowski. Great sideshow release. Grabbed a 1/6 rug too. Really ties the room together. Can't wait for David next. I saw your post. I saw that you tagged me in the post. I'm sorry I didn't get to comment on it, but when I read it, I was in the middle of a work day. I liked the pose that you hit with it. It was very much evocative of him doing that crazy White Russian dance that he was doing. I gotta start posing here. Yeah, it's 10:03. But yeah, thank you for that, man. And again, all donations go to fund things like this music that we listen to. They go to fund things like StreamYard. Yeah, so they keep the channel slick at this point. I haven't gotten enough memberships or donations to really achieve some of my other goals, which would be buy a Hot Toys figure to sell to give away on the channel for like the where am I at? 4,500, I think, something like that. Members, subscribers, yeah. But as it grows, if it grows, assuming it grows, and the income stacks up, then yeah, that's the plan. You know, occasionally pick up a Hot Toys figure and give it away on the channel, or something better. I think Paulie hosts parties and stuff, right? Yeah. Ooh, T-shirts. In all things, do excellent. Yeah. Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Yeah, and I'll flip it the other way as well. When it comes to, you can actually. You can't call people out. Like I was called out the other day for being under the employment of Marvel, for being a sheep, because I spoke up and said I liked the Marvels. Yeah, all kinds of craziness and crazy, like personal attacks, and it was absurd. It was absurd. I don't know. I'll probably regret this whole live stream later and delete the whole fucking thing. But yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah, hope. And again, Steven, I wasn't calling out you in particular. This is a conversation about ideas. They're just thoughts. So hopefully you didn't get the impression that I was getting angry with you, but I was getting angry. But that my anger was at the memory of reading crap like what we're talking about. I do get bent out of shape about it, because some of it's been directed at me. Other comments have been directed at people that I know and care about personally. So yeah, I take it a little bit personally. Oh, hey, Mark Attack. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, if you're incapable of giving anything more than a knee-jerk response, then yeah, you should probably just sit down, and until you've grown up and learned how to empathize and actually critique in a more positive way. I'm not saying everything you say needs to be positive, and I know that there's a contingent out there of people who just take pride in the fact that they don't sugarcoat everything. And I think that philosophy can be taken too far as well. You don't have to sugarcoat things, but you don't have to be a dick either. There's a happy middle ground. It's pass fail. No, it's a fucking sliding scale, and it's a beautiful sliding scale. The challenge is figuring out where things live on it, and not just being so goddamn polarized or binary about it. Nice, Des. Nice, Des. Thanks. Does a Babylon figure become more difficult with the death of the actor due to permissions related to identity, or do you know, or is it just in the way? A Balin figure. Okay, I'm sorry, Babylon. And that's me with my glasses on. I can see how it would. I can see how it would become more difficult. I don't know for sure. Licensing was never a thing that I did, or that I had any conversations about for the most part. Except to overhear a conversation saying, yeah, we're having trouble getting the licensing on that, or so-and-so's not approving the licensing for that likeness. I would imagine it would be more challenging, but I don't think it's impossible. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. And the thing of it is in things like that, we'll probably if it doesn't come to light, if the Balin figure doesn't come to light, we'll probably never know why. There will only be conjecture from the public at that point. So, which sucks, which really sucks. If that's the reason for it, and I can't imagine it would. My hope would be that Ray Stevenson's estate, his next of kin, would recognize how such a figure legitimately honors the work that he put into it, and honors his existence in that role. So, and I can see that there might be somebody out there some relatives out there who would just be like, what if his next of kin is the sort that thinks action figures are ridiculous? That's going to taint their decision making in the process. So, there's so many factors at play. That it's impossible to guess. But yeah, I can't imagine. At the very least, it doesn't make it easier. Definitely. So. Okay, so it's silicone. Okay. Yeah, send me that photo. I'll look at it after the show, which I need to get moving on. Good examples. Good examples, DK. Way to go, Chris. Yeah, that's my guess. Somebody is in control of that. It doesn't go away after death. And I think this is also something that was addressed in the new in the SAG AFTRA? Yeah, after strikes. I think that was likeness rights were addressed there as well. I can't remember who it was, but somebody was all upset because that was one of the things that the studios wanted to do. After they died, they wanted absolute rights to their likenesses so that they could do that very thing, bring characters back digitally. There we go. Anyway, I'm gonna have to today I do. Today I do, definitely. With extreme prejudice. I can't do that. That guy's a smoker. You can hear that in his voice. That's true too. Yeah. I mean, and that's now granted that's coming from a guy. Have you completed your doctorate yet? But that's the perfect example. I mean, in his area of expertise, especially, I will take the opinion of Desmond Hassing over that of, say, Big Dog Pound. Sorry, BDP. But, you know, it's just, I mean, you're going to, hopefully in all matters of pertaining to your medical care, you're going to trust your doctor more than you trust your neighbor. Unless your neighbor is your doctor, or unless your neighbor is another doctor. Anyway, y'all get my point. I think you did say that. I think I remember that. I think I remember that. But even you have to admit that that there's a lot to be taken into account when it comes to delivery of a message. What's that? I don't know. There's some kind of a phrase about something weird just happened with my brain. I was looking over at the Boba Fett 2-pack, which is on display over in this DTOF to my right, and I don't know if it's because of the positioning in reference to the Thanos on Throne maquette, but I legitimately thought that there was a quarter-scale Boba Fett figure in my DTOF. And the part that threw me for a loop and made me do a double take was, how did I get, I don't own a quarter scale Boba Fett figure. It was, how did I get a quarter scale Boba Fett figure into a DTOF? Oh, I'm silly. Okay, I'm procrastinating. Yeah, too soon? Too soon, you think? Four more months, okay. Wow, I'm getting close to the end. I'm at the end! I did it! That's hilarious. And scary because there are people out there who do that. Okay. Out of the way, clones. Man, this Wolf is all... I had Wolf all duck-footed. Hear me, Hot Toys. See, this is... I'm just going to go ahead and... This is something I was going to bring up anyway. And in the sense... In the interest of procrastination... You know, guys, I really miss my dog Piper, but it's a lot easier to get into that cabinet now without her bed in front of it. So here is a Hot Toys Clone Trooper 6-scale figure from the Clone Wars. And here is a Sideshow 6-scale figure, ostensibly from the Clone Wars, but the sculpts that they used were based on, I believe... Episode 2. And looking at this, I'm gonna get him up there. I'm gonna do a video on this with like a micrometer and stuff. There we go. Trying to think backwards. You can see how much larger the helmet is on the Sideshow figure than on the Hot Toys figure. You can see that, right? Is that obvious to everybody, even with the blaster in the way? And the thing of it is that this actually makes more sense. This is more true to life than this. That being said, I fucking love this figure. I have 3 of them. I have 3 of those, but I have 4 of the Wolfpack. Anyway. Didn't come here to brag. Yeah, I did. Okay, so what's first? I reckon that we'll have to get the bike out first. Ritualistic showing of the stickers. No new ones this week. Okay. There's that. Let's go wide. That's not wide. There we go. Let's get this up and out of the way. Slide you over more. Okay. By the way, TZ Rider over here. It's a Easy Rider reference because motorcycle, swoop bike. Yeah, in case you guys didn't get it. What did I miss? What did I do? What have I done now? Oh, dude, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to tease you with Wolf. I do have to put him somewhere, though. So I'm just going to put him right here while I pose. You don't mind, do you? You cool with that? Yeah. All right. Animal style everything is a terrific philosophy. For those of you who don't know, that's in reference to In and Out. Or is it? This is the box. Completely empty. This is the clamshell that contains our bike. And by our bike, I do mean mine and Dobby's. Although it's probably more accurate to consider it, you know, mine and Lindsay's, because we haven't divorced yet. You know, that's probably just about the only thing that I could reproduce within reason. Although, who knows, I might have to go through Matthew's. Oh. Struts. Strut number 2. Some assembly required, everyone. This live stream might go long. I might have to take a couple sick days from work to let my voice recover. So thanks for that. Dynamic action stand. Okay. Okay, the thing about this deluxe edition, as well as the as well of the Mandalorian figure, by the way. The thing about the deluxe edition, God, my voice is going so fast, is that look at this. There's seriously some massive assembly required here. Aw. Foot stuff. Foot stuff. For those of you into foot stuff. Okay, let's tick this oh look, that came off on its own. I love it when they come off on its own. And what is this melodramatic nonsense? Haha. I have absolute power. Okay, what else we got? Oh, he's having fun. He's so happy. Right? Can't get enough of 1/6 Grogu. Can't. All of them, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I got the one that came with... Oh, no, the one that I don't have is the one that comes with Luke. With Mando Luke. Yeah, so I have all but one now. Oh. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Okay. I was going to leave this up here to taunt my friend Harold. But now I'm going to have to assemble this bike. And I was going to say that I didn't know that I was going to have to do that, but I should have figured that. Instructions. Okay, standing up. Okay, everyone. Let's put this bad boy together. Remarkably, not much to see in the instructions, which is kind of comforting. Uh-oh. I need a screwdriver. Fortunately, I've got one. All right, let's see here. This? Ah, this. Yeah. Okay. Now, in retrospect, what I should have done is assemble this before the show. Where's the screw? That's actually pretty simple. Okay, this is interesting because the instructions don't match what I'm seeing here. No, definitely don't. Allegedly, this piece is supposed to be separate. And there's a screw that you're supposed to screw in to the inside there. You can see right there that there's a keyhole for a screw. Weird. No, this is right. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to say there because that's clearly. Oh wait. Ooh. Okay. Now the downside is that we're missing a screw. There's supposed to be a screw, and there isn't one. So if I can't find the screw, then I may just jump over and just do a pose with the Mandalorian. Little bastard jumped out on me. Okay. Go, down, get. Okay. So yeah, this little guy comes off. There's a screw in the clamshell next to these little struts, these support struts. Once you get that all sorted, you just drive that puppy home. Allegedly. Yeah, it's going right in. Brilliant. Oh, look at that. Foam. Okay, so that's still kind of loose. Nice. Nice and sturdy. I get the sense that if you try to tighten this too much, that you might break something. So if you get this, be gentle. Aw. Oh, my cherries fell out. Donut break. Okay. Oh, that check. Thanks, Mike. I just got a text from Mike. I think I can do better. Oh, that's magnetized too. That's handy. All right. So step one is done. Where did I put the instructions? Why does this keep happening to me? Oh, by the way, I don't think I showed you guys. And it's too late. But I got these from the vet. Piper's paw prints. It's like a death mask for dogs. Anyway. The paw prints were hiding the instructions. Go figure. Who's this? Who's this? All the way from Italy. What's up, Michael? That's exciting. How you doing, man? You came in just in time. Just started playing with toys. It's arguably the best part of the show. Definitely better than hearing me rant on about trolls. Especially if you're a troll. Okay, so now we gotta put these struts in. Looks like there's a piece here and a piece there. There they are. There's that. Okay, got it. They are identical end to end. Okay. So, here's what we got. I'm gonna go ahead and raise this because I'm gonna be standing. Okay. And let me clear that Michael's comment off. Oh, that's good for you, dude. I legitimately bought this right like the week before they had that 30% off. Think I wasn't mad, but okay, anyway. So here we are. Swoop Bike, right? We've put this on. Now the next step is there are 2 connection points here, right? For the vanes. They are actually flexible. Oh, look, more foam. Try not to get that into my cheese Danish. And you have these 2 struts. There's one of them that will go. One will go in at this point. And again, they are the same front to back. And then you just bring the other one down. And just make micro adjustments until you're able to get it in. This is hard to do while holding it, so I'm going to put it down. Hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. Of course you can't. My fat fingers get in the way. Alright. Do the same thing, and I think it's easier to start with the front one because it's more maneuverable. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay. And then get this side in. Yeah, that's much easier to start with the front. So if you get one of these and put it together, then start with the front connection point for those. And then you have your steering struts in place. Great design on this. I like it a lot. Okay. Okay, then we gotta strap on the bags. There's the one for Grogu. Wow. Attach the indicated side bag to the right of the vehicle with a middle strap. Tie the long straps to the fixed position of the bag. Ah, middle strap. Got it. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to take this around someplace where you can actually see it happen and try to do it backwards. Let's go ahead and put this thing's trying to roll off. These over here, and these over here. Just hang out with Grogu. Put this bag over there. If Guy Klender can pose a figure backwards, then surely I can mount a bag to a speeder bike. Swoop bike! Swoop bikes are much faster than speeder bikes and inherently more dangerous. That's the difference. For those who wonder. Is that right? Yep, that's right. But why? Oh, that's not right. Okay, put that back. This middle strap right here. 3 straps. 1, 2, and 3 in the middle. The shorter, yet thicker strap. There we go. You know, something just occurred to me in regards to our earlier conversation regarding people trolling the fandom. What occurred to me is that I wonder just how much of my angst towards trolls is because I literally grew up in a school full of trolls that hated Star Wars. Didn't understand my fascination with it. There was a time or two that I got in fights over it. I did not win those fights. So yeah, I wonder. Uh-oh, I skipped a step. Although, you know what? I'm kind of glad I did. Because I feel like it's going to be a lot easier. The step that I skipped is putting these little foot things on. But they're going to go under the foot plates, which actually will cause them to interact with the ground a little bit there. I think that it's probably better to just wait. And it doesn't affect... No, I can't see how it's going to affect the actual assembly of anything else. So let's finish with these straps. Yeah, that looks pretty easy. I may need tweezers. Yeah, definitely need tweezers. Especially after all this coffee. I've got a half liter of coffee in me. Okay. One down. Yeah, tweezers definitely make this easier, guys. If you're gonna get this, make sure you got some tweezers handy. There we go. And let me just take a look at that from beneath, make sure that I've got everything as close to... Oh no, that's not nearly where it needs to be. Danger, Will Robinson. Don't try this at home, but I'm literally holding this by hooking my finger underneath these support struts for the bag on the back. I don't recommend that you try this, but since I'm standing here, there we go. Much better. Allows the full surface of the Velcro to contact with each other. And let's make sure that, yeah, that's perfect. All right. That's good, that's good. We're good to go. Bag number one. Whoa, there's some twisting involved with this bag number two. Cherries. It's good for joint pain. All right. Love this track. Bag number two. Okay, this one's got some funky strap action going on there, as you can see. So it appears it also has a middle strap that goes down just like the other one. Good. This is taking way longer than anticipated. This is going to be a very, very long... yeah, it's going to be a very, very long thing. Okay, so, first strap. Wraps around here, and then comes back over there. If I'm reading this right. I should have taken the Velcro off before attaching the bike. Note to self. Okay. I'm just double checking. Okay, so this goes around this strut like so. Dude, the attention to detail that Hot Toys did on this, you could have taken some shortcuts here. But shortcuts is not something that Hot Toys does. Okay, that's wild. Trying to get it without the twist. Weird. Oh, it wraps twice. I'm like, this was coming up short. I mean, it was coming up long, but anyway. Okay, so this comes down here like so. Wraps around this bar twice. Remember that bit in Jaws? When Quint was trying to teach Brody how to tie a knot? And he was using a metaphor for an eel. Such a great movie. Alright, cool. There we go. Look at how convoluted this is. I just killed Grogu. Again. Yeah, see that? It just has to like wrap around there a couple of times and then go back down. Now we got to do the same thing on the other side. Hopefully it won't take me as long. I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. Over, and down. Okay. That's pretty easy. Over twice. The best decision I've made throughout the course of this live stream is to break out the tweezers. And even now I'm not sure I'm getting it right. Sure not. Okay. There we go. Apologies for the dead air, my friends, but this does require a little bit more concentration than what I usually have to give during a live stream. There we go. All set. And now... Oh, that has to be... Wow, the straps actually... Yeah, they're not magnetic. Okay, let's leave that alone for now. Yeah, you have to undo those straps in order to get Grogu in there. And I'm not sure that I want to do that just yet. Okay. Let's get this guy where he's supposed to be. Tighten that stand all the way down. There have been way too many times when I've been doing this, where doing things like on the ARF, not the ARF Trooper, but the BARC speeders, where I didn't tighten the dynamic action stand enough so that when I attached the bike, it wasn't all the way on there. So let's do this. That should do it. We got a bike. Except now we got to do this. And I think What's up? Oh, these do go over the top. Okay. Over the top, Dad. One. And... ah, very easy. Yeah, just squeeze them in there. You'll be tempted to just like put them in there and say, oh, look, they're in the hole. That's enough. But no, there's actually room to grow here. So push these, push those keys into the keyhole all the way. That'll probably prevent you from having issues with the. Now, is this flexible? Wow, is it not flexible? Okay. These are flexible. So these move. Oh, and this moves too. Yeah. That's rad. And these foot plates rotate. But still... what, this moves? Oh. Yeah, this moves as well. Isn't that wild? I thought that was a mistake. It's not. It's supposed to be like that. Okay. You're supposed to handle this part, and this part, and this part, and this part with care. Alright. That's that. So let's get the bike out of the way. Put him over here. How much? There's a light fixture there. How many people... oh, that's a fun idea. What have I missed? Oh, Beskar Kid's got a crash? Oh, that's right, you're nocturnal. Right on, Jesse, do it. I'm actually in talks with a cosplayer to help me build a Gandalf the White costume. And I want to... not only do I want to wear it to cons, but I want to wear it to the local children's hospitals. I'll have to work on my best Ian McKellen impression. But I think that'll be a lot of fun. So, so I'm going to reach out. There are a couple of cosplayers who were on Strike a Pose at one point. I'm reaching out to them. Hot Toys always kills it. How's the weathering on the bike? Okay, yeah, before we move on, I'll show it off. Because I think it's great. Right? It looks old. It looks old, and it looks the look of the padding on the seat is great, nice and dirty. It's a bit blown out by the light, but if you turn the light, turn it a little bit, you can see it a little bit better there. Like, look at that plate in front, like behind the seat. How nice and scuffed up that is, right? The bags are pretty clean, but that's fine. You guys know my take on that. I mean, not to piss off my employer or anything like that, but I think that it's safe to say that once it's your figure, you can dirty it up as much as you want to. And it's easier to dirty something up than it is to clean it up. So when your Tusken Raiders ship to you with no dirt on the robes, good. Good job. I have two of those, by the way. Now I'm trying to get a third. We'll see. All right. Mando and Grogu. It's a lot to take in, people. Fortunately, we're not trying to do anything extreme. We don't have to do anything with all this crazy stuff. We don't have to, but we could. I came prepared. Because, as we've all seen, I have been eating sugary substances. Which have gotten all over my fingers, lips, and beard. And, this gal right here, he's shiny. I need a little, like, work table that I can, like, on wheels that I can just slide around and put things on so that I'm no longer tossing things aside. Here's something we brought up, I think, last week. Look at this. That's really big. That's far too long. That needs to be about 20% shorter. Maybe 15. Unless I'm way off. And I don't think that I am. But I think that this is I think that this is about the same length as a standard lightsaber blade. Yeah. Oh, it's longer. Yeah, it's a little bit longer than a standard lightsaber blade. And it shouldn't be. The Darksaber is actually considerably shorter. In every scene, in every medium, animated or live action, it's noticeably shorter than the standard lightsaber blades. No matter who's wielding it. So, yeah, that's something. It's fine. Thus far, I've not even displayed a lit Darksaber with anything. I kind of like the hilt alone. Even... I'm trying to think. Yeah, see? Hasbro got it right. Right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's about right. That's what it should look like. So. Love that Hasbro Darksaber. That's one of the finer lightsabers that they produced, I think, so far. I also like Rey's lightsaber from the end of the one that she made from her staff. At the end, oh thank God. You know, I think this is the first time I put on a pair of white cotton gloves that they actually fit my monster palms. I had to get the extra large. Custom order. Alright. Okay, let's see. That's off. That's off. That's off. Will I be able to get through this without cutting anything? Nope. Okay. Fair enough. All the different cutting implements I have in this house, and not a one of them is readily available. The time now is 10:51. This is supposed to be wrapping up in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Beskar Kid, I think, is no longer here. But I want to say he took the wire out of his cape. Which is something that I might do. I don't know. Depends on how I decide to go with this look. By the way, did you guys have fun with Paul on the show the other day? That was a really interesting conversation that he and I had. Enjoyable. I don't know how interesting it was, but it was an enjoyable conversation that he and I had. And I did learn a thing or two. One of the things that I learned is that I don't think that going forward I'm going to be trying to pose at the same time that I'm talking to guests on the show. I've talked to my friend JP Mavinga, and he would like to be on the show. And what I think we've decided is that on days when, if he does it on a Saturday, I'm going to start the show an hour late, at like 10, and then immediately start posing. Pose the figure of the week, and then at 11 my time, 9 o'clock his time, he'll click that link and come on board. Be right back. Good old trusty rusty kitchen knife. Like the man says, 'tis enough 'twill serve. Here we go. This track has a very awesome M83 vibe to it. No, not quite. Ha! I win again. Okay. Knife, away with you. Okay. What hands should we use? Look at all this stuff. Guys, I hate to say it, but I'm not going to have time to put the Boba Fett stuff onto the bike. That's going to take a long time to get right. I've never done it before. So yeah, I'm going to have to pass on doing that. And instead, just go ahead and get Mando on the bike. And, yeah. Looking for the hands. Hands. Where are your hands? There they are. Okay, so we've got some gripping hands here. Let's go ahead and get those out. Some other, I can see there are other elements here that I hadn't considered that I'm probably going to need. Why does Mando still have, after all this time, does he still have the hand armor of a scout shore trooper? All the different Beskar components that he's used, and this is interesting. Alright, so we're gonna need the gun. We're gonna need this. Possibly gonna need the little swap out emitter for the Darksaber. You know, I could go all in and put the little mine onto his belt, but that's not the story I'm gonna tell. Okay. I just wanted to see how many comments that I missed here. Okay. All right. Let's see. I don't even know how this is going to work. You know, I'm very nervous. And it doesn't help that I'm, when you're wearing these white gloves, they're not exactly dexterous. Right? If you buy this figure from me in the future, just remember that my DNA is all over these wrist pegs. So, and I do grant blanket permission to clone me. So, yeah. I mean, I don't care if that means that, you know, you're in my car and you find a hair. I just want to be a clone. Or I want to have a clone. Never had a brother. Okay, so here we go. Okay, let's do a crunchy. God. Man, dudes. Is this even gonna work? Rip that thing up there, man. God, please don't let me break this. Oh, there's plastic on his boots. I'm just gonna rip that. I don't care about the plastic on the boots. It just gets torn. How am I gonna... I kind of want to get some daylight shots of this. You know? Jeez, dudes. Not as bad as I thought. Not nearly as bad as I thought. Not nearly as awkward as I thought. Just gotta keep, while holding it in place, you just gotta maneuver these feet. And twist his legs so that they'll more readily attach to the plates. There's that, there's that. Wow. Okay, bring that up, bring that up. Wow, dude, I don't know. Okay. Just really, really pushing on that torso, trying to get that thing crunched. Trying to get his butt up and elevated. The restrictions of the suit are really turning this into a challenge. Wow. Very, very difficult. Okay. I'm not going to put any of those accessories on until I've got them in place. Okay, down. Down. I might just have to give up and fingerprint on this thing. It's very, very challenging to try to get it to behave when there's no friction between you and the clear and the plastic parts. Okay, I'm gonna have to really, really crunchy this thing. Get it up there. Yeah! Now we're talking. That's what I'm after. Okay. Screw these gloves. For the time being. Okay. I was just sitting here thinking it would be, like, should I take the hand off and put the hand on the handle? Should I take the hand off and put the hand on the handlebar first? And the decision was made for me. Close one, eh? Very ominous music to go around with that almost drop. Now all I gotta do is peer over this thing until I find the now missing glove. Oh, it's still on there. All right, there we go. And let's do the same with the other hand. Put this fan brace back on him. So now this figure is going to have both my DNA and my fingerprints on it. So anyone who was thinking about coming by and stealing it, I will find you. I will catch you, and I will kill you. That wasn't actually a threat, Facebook or YouTube algorithm. That was actually me just quoting Liam Neeson in Taken. It's entirely possible that I've lost a round from the, or that I've misplaced a round from the pulse rifle, phase pulse rifle. That's never a good sound to hear. Let's take this and spin it. There we go. Boy, this is really hard. Who's got this and who's done it? Who's posed this thing? Because props to you, man. Yes, I am saying that you can clone your own Terry Smith. Yes, Bark Sniff. Hashtag Bark Smith. Bark Sniff. Oh, this is just a... Let me skip this. There we go. Here we go. That's better. This takes time and a good deal of effort. And the potential is always there to break things. Man. Fuck. After yesterday's shenanigans at work, I really, really needed this to be easy. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Really hard to get these hands in. There we go. I think I did it. Ah. Now, the real question is, can I pose this in a realistic manner without, because right now this is basically like, okay, you got it on the bike. But it doesn't, like, he had a very specific posture going for him when he was sitting on the thing. And it was very like Easy Rider-esque. But I don't think that this, actually, I don't think that this sucks. That's my new benchmark. Does it suck? No. Done. That's the kind of week I had. All right, let's do that. Yeah. I love this North African vibe that I've got going on with the tunes today. Looking for the hook. Okay, let's just go ahead and dress it and call it a day. What do you say, guys? Because I know a dog that really wants to go to the park. Let's put this, use those tweezers that we had out to drop that strap back through. cool. And the gang. Where's the D-ring? I don't think that this is screen accurate, but I freaking love this gun. Like, do we ever see him with the phase pulse rifle on while he's riding the speeder bike? Son of a biscuit. What did I say earlier? Let's make the backpack the last thing we put on. Yeah, I should listen to my own advice. Hey, got it in. Cool. Around and over. Almost there. Yeah, we got this. Where are we at here? I display mine holding the gear too for a while. Such a cool look. Yeah. You know, I might actually display the original Beskar Mando carrying that gear if it's even possible. Oh, right. Yeah, having him with the jetpack on and the rifle. Not really a good idea. Okay. So I was not gonna do this, but I am going to. We're gonna put Grogu in. And then I'm gonna call it a show. I'll answer a few more questions or check out the comments and then I'll call it a show. Okay? This isn't so bad. It'd be great if we had like one of these like closed-eyed faces for Grogu. So it could be like he's getting whacked in the face with Mando's cape. So what I'm loving about this, and I do mean loving, is the way they've got Grogu grinning delightedly. I'm just going to rotate this around now. They've got Grogu grinning delightedly as he's riding. I mean, just look at that. Isn't that perfect? So basically what you're saying is have Grogu do a ship's mast? Look at that. So freaking cute. And I think that these things are shapeable enough, yeah, that you can take the straps and actually bend them into the wind, or with the wind. It takes a little effort, but yeah, that's better. He's getting swatted by the cape there, but we can fix that. Get that up there a little bit more. And I think that's dunsies. I mean, there's some refinements that I can do to it and that I will do to it later, but for the most part, yeah, I think that's fine. There's really not much you can do in the way of Like if I was gonna really play with it, maybe have Mando, because one of the things that I've been doing for years, like even when Sideshow was prototyping their original speeder bike, was having somebody with a lightsaber, like leaning off, like a medieval knight on a horse, you know, just getting ready to swipe. So get that thing out, get that. God, I want to say the ebony blade, and then I want to say Stormbringer, which is what I named my car. I named my car after Elric's sword, but the Darksaber. Get him leaning out there with the Darksaber like he's getting ready to decapitate somebody. You know, something fun like that. Decapitation is always fun, except when it's being practiced on me. Anyway, so something fun like that, or just having his pistol out like he's like shooting somebody from the side. You'd have to play with the angles and take your display into account and figure out what works best from all the angles. But for a basic, in fact, I'm just going to go out and say it, insofar as just having a character sitting astride a Star Wars based bike, this looks more natural than any of the others that I've played with. Any of the Scout Trooper speeder bikes, putting any of the other figures onto a speeder bike. It always just, there was something not having that soft material in the booty, allowing it to sink into the soft material on the seat. You just have it artificially raised up, so you have to take steps to negate that. Like with my Scout Trooper and speeder bike in there, I've got the Scout Trooper kind of off, like standing up in the stirrups a little bit, like he's really trying to manhandle that bike. So I mean, that's one way that you can get around that little issue. But just looking at him like this, I mean, just look at that. It doesn't look, even though he's not all the way back in the saddle, and quite frankly, I can't think of a way to get him all the way back in the saddle. He's just too tight in the torso. But I think it's fine. I think it's great. This is still available at sideshow.com. Both of these are. You just passed up on a big sale, and Black Friday is coming, so they may have that sale again soon. So keep an eye out. TK421 is asking, is there a 4K turnaround incoming? Count on it. For channel members, there will be a 4K turnaround once I finally flush this out. I do want to take a day or two when I feel like it and address this, the legs. I want to see if I can't get more of a crunch out of the torso so that I can push this, push him back further in the seat. I also want to take a look at the work others have done with this and to see if they've actually been able to do this as well with the production figure. And just take some time to research it, which I didn't do before the show, and play with it. Now, when I originally had this figure in hand for the first look video, I didn't know that I was going to get it. I didn't really dig the weathering, and I'm still not terribly partial to it. But the thing of it is that like I've talked about plenty of times, depending on the they have several different versions of his armor in various states of being dirtied up. And considering that I think this is mainly, these two pieces are meant to go together. And since we're talking about Mando riding across the sands of Tatooine, you can expect that he's going to pick up some sand along the way. So I'm comfortable with it. I also wasn't really comfortable with the amount of chrome on it, but I don't know what was wrong with me. I think it looks great. I'm very partial to this. I'm glad that I've got it. I think that the other version, the Season 1 Beskar Mando version, works better in photography because it doesn't reflect all the things in your room. And you'll see that they do that a lot in the show as well. There are different amounts of reflectivity, different surface efficiencies on the armor. And that's meant on, that's like a case-by-case basis. So in a particular environment, a more muted amount of reflection, a less efficient surface would actually work better for lighting and such. You don't want to catch the grip or the camera or a light in the reflection of the helmet. And when it's, the more chromed out that it is, the easier it is to see those things. Now, this kind of stuff works better in like daylight. So if you get this and want to get photographs of it, take it outside. Take it outside, and it'll read really, really well. But for indoor photography with lights, I think that the other version works better. But who knows? Michael, make it bend 60 degrees as he is twisting like in a crazy race. You mean the bike bending? or him bending like he's leaning over into a turn. I'm not sure it'll do that. And I don't have time to mess with it today. I'm already 20 minutes over on my allotted time, and Dobby really, really wants to go to the park. Don't you? I don't even know if he's over there. He's probably in the bedroom. He gets mad when I do these shows. He's just such a baby. All right, guys. So this is how it's going to be. Coming up on the... Okay. Like just leaning it. I think to do that, I would start by leaning it this way. And I'm always... Yeah, see? I'm always ready for something like that to happen once gravity takes over. So to do that, if you were going to do that, yeah, it works great. But you're going to have to change some things. Because he's going to be looking into that turn. And he's not going to be going down like this. So we're going to have to bend that back up. So yeah. That's a start for something like this. I mean, if I were to do something like this, there would be a whole lot more going on. Definitely have to be working with the position of that helmet, the position of his body, because I'm going to have him like leaning into the turn a little bit. This works out pretty well because he was already leaning a little bit that way anyway. So that worked out for your request, actually. Yeah. But when you do that, if you do that, do what I did here and start by bending it this way so that when you bend it to his left, then that's going to wind up keeping the bike centered on the base because you don't want to lose that. Speaking of things you don't want to lose, feels like there's, hear that? What's rattling in there? Oh, it's, yeah, there's a D-ring, I forgot. Yeah, I can't quite remember what that's for. I know that has a purpose, but it's escaped my mind. All right, yeah. So you have to make a choice. Phase pulse rifle or jetpack. I think we know. There's only one real answer to that. Anyway, I could do this all day. And I probably will. But I'm going to go ahead and part ways with you guys so that I can finish this donut, finish my coffee, take my dog to the park, and get on about a collectibles-free day for the rest of the day. I'm looking forward to just going out and being outside and enjoying the weather. So I wish I had more time to go back and check out what I'm sure were some great comments here. Apologies for anybody who was offended by my kind of tirade against haters earlier on in the show. But I'm also not sorry. Some things need to be said, and that's an idea that I feel very strongly about. Those are ideas that I feel very strongly about, and I really want to see a better world of collectors. I would like to see the trolls silenced. Period. And I just want people to be mindful and kind to each other, and kind to the people who are creating the things that we love. Because whether you know it or not, when you make knee-jerk comments like that about a show, about a figure, about a film, you're totally not taking into account the amount of effort and love and care and craftsmanship that went into creating what was on screen. And also the effect that it might actually have on somebody listening to you who actually reads it. Artists aren't really known for being... Oh, what's the way to put it here? There's some pretty delicate artists out there. So be kind. Be kind. You guys have a good one. Long show. I'm tired. And my day's not done. Appreciate you all, and I'm looking forward to listening to these, to reading these comments again. I hope I remember to actually put this down for, I don't think I remember to put it down for live chat replay, so I'm never going to see these comments again. Maybe I should go back and go through them. Yeah, that's fair. Possibly. Anything's possible. Thank you, Darth Batman. I think that's the first I've seen you here today, so welcome. Connor's here too. Hey, Connor, what's up, dude? Strolling through this. Oh, we're talking about Reed Richards. Are we talking about how the speculation that Pedro Pascal is going to be playing Reed Richards? I don't know. I more see him as a Sue Storm kind of character. Somebody subscribes to Boss Logic. Eventually I'm going to try. Because that's how he looks when he's riding, especially through the town, man. He's just got that nice slouched Harley rider look to him, right? And I would love to be able to achieve that. Were you able to? You said you had a heck of a problem trying to achieve that, which implies you weren't able to. Yeah, same. I struggle. Dare I say it, modifications may be necessary in order to achieve that. Well, I don't know. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'm so tired. I'm so done. I don't know if you guys realize just how difficult it is to do one of these things, and to do it for more than 2 hours is just way too much. Some start stuff. Okay, I was able to look at the start stuff. That's good. All right, you guys have a good week, and I will catch up with you next week and in the Facebook group between now and then. Next week will be Dark Trooper, unless something weird comes along. Yeah. But yeah, Dark Trooper against, I don't know, I'll probably pose him. Sorry. I'll probably just pose him up with himself, and then I'll bring in Gideon, maybe some Death Troopers for comparison. That's another one that I'm going to need gloves for, by the way. He's too shiny. But anyway, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and always be good to your plastic. Bye.